All right, 9 Spiral. Fair use, YouTube, fair use. This is for criticism, teaching, parody, all that. Before it went off the screen, you see you got your content notice here. Please contact the owner prior to making copyright claim. Warning, Alright,
hey folks, Dr. Keel here, and I want to talk about the health benefits of copper. Copper is an essential trace mineral vital to all life, including humans. In humans, copper is used in a
especially the Naga, right? Especially the copper-colored Naga. Let's go.
Variety of proteins and enzymes that are essential to proper growth, development, and maintenance of bone, connective tissue, brain, heart, and many other body organs. Copper is also involved in red blood cell production, iron absorption and metabolism, cholesterol and glucose metabolism, immune system stimulation and healing promotion, nerve cell activity and health, as well as acting as an antioxidant against free radicals. Copper helps with red blood cell production, and supplementation may be helpful in individuals with anemia. This is more based on biological plausibility and understanding of red blood cell production, and not on research. Supplementing will help if you're deficient. Most folks are not, and I can't find any data to support supplementation of folks with normal copper levels. Animal studies suggest that copper supplementation may help prevent and slow the progression of osteoarthritis. This has not been reproduced in humans. A study of individuals wearing...
Bullshit. Let me tell you something, man. We're breaking down pure copper, right? Now, I have this all up in my left hip, right? I got titanium plates all up in my shit, holding me up. Let me tell you something, man. I put the copper in everything.
These copper bracelets for our...
Nigga, Kool-Aid, water, soda, and even though I don't need to be drinking no soda. Yourself, put it in OJ and shit. Let's go.
Arthritis show no benefit in pain, stiffness, or physical function compared to a placebo. However, oral supplementation may be effective. We just need more research.
Bullshit. We breaking it down already, Doc. Let's go.
Copper supplementation does show a mild benefit in those with osteoporosis by slowing progression of the disease when taken in conjunction with other minerals, including zinc, manganese, and calcium. Some studies have linked elevated copper to increased cardiovascular disease risk, but the significance of these are very unclear. Clarification between copper nutritional status, which is difficult to define, ceruloplasm, which is...
Go back.
Clarification between osteoporosis by slowing progression of the disease when taken in conjunction with other minerals, including zinc, manganese, and calcium.
Zinc, huh? Let's talk about the zinc. All right, let's talk about this zinc, Doc.
Folks,
what about this zinc?
I just want to talk about the health benefits of zinc.
All right.
Zinc is an essential trace mineral found in every cell in our body. It is the second most common mineral behind iron.
Come on, Doc. Now, the copper video, the volume was coming through a little louder. This one right here, man, you're mumbling and stuff. What you don't want the people to know? Come on, Doc. Let's go.
Zinc is known to play a role in the immune system, reproduction, growth, taste, vision, smell, blood clot formation, insulin, and thyroid function. Zinc is also an antioxidant, protecting the body from dangerous free radicals. There is mixed evidence on whether zinc actually helps treat or prevent acne. Some studies show benefit and others do not. Some studies showed that higher doses could have toxic side effects. It may help as an adjunct for other topical treatments, such as antibiotics, but you should talk to your doctor or dermatologist about it. Moderate zinc deficiency is common in diabetics, and studies are mixed on the role of zinc supplementation in managing blood sugar and insulin sensitivity in individuals with diabetes. Research is ongoing, and more information needs to be gathered before any formal recommendations can be given.
All right, so when they just say more research needs to be done, they just say that just means that more suppression, right, needs to be done. Listen, man, copper and zinc, that's the 1-2 punch, man. Let's go.
Macular degeneration is blurred or loss of vision in the center of the visual field that happens as we age. A rather large study found that zinc supplementation, along with several other supplements, slowed the progression of macular degeneration. It did.
Good shit, man. You need both of them in your life. Whenever you see vitamin C right there, that's good shit right there. I mean, this this is the best kept secret. One of them, right? But look here, man. We got the zinc and the copper, right? So the Og yourself, you know what I'm saying, he's back in town and we popping off. And he just brewed up the zinc yesterday, right? So he was like, yo, man, I gave it to he's like, yo, look, I took some, man. He was like, yo, cleared up my whole fucking sinuses. I'm like, nah. I'm like, yeah. He's like, look, man, I'm finna hit the droplets up. All right, so he hit the droplets up. And he said it came back like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later. It's like, damn, Dad, I feel like I can breathe different. And yourself saying the same thing. Right? The other droplet king, man. Can I get some more? Look here, man. We popping off, man. Zinc and copper.
Firstly, what is zinc and where do you get it from?
Pop off.
Zinc is an essential trace element, which means that the body cannot generate it on its own or store it.
I mean, you got to put it back in there. Trace minerals, right? Trace minerals are very important to keeping away illness. Let's go.
It has to come from your diet. Zinc is extremely important for the chemical reactions that happen in your body. It's most commonly found in meat and fish in high quantities, but you can also get it from plants, and nowadays breakfast cereals and baking flour are fortified with synthetic zinc.
Or you can get it broken down pure, right? The purest form. We got the pure zinc, the pure copper. Let go.
I'll link all the foods you can get zinc from in the description. How does zinc help your body? You might already know that zinc is very helpful to our immune system and works well to fight off infections. In repeated studies...
that was infections, right? For those, you know what I'm saying, that couldn't understand. Go back. Let me see. What'd you say, miss?
That zinc is very helpful to our immune system and works well to fight off infections.
Infections. My bad.
In repeated studies, zinc reduces the length of common cold symptoms by about 1/3 when taken in the first 24 hours of becoming sick. It also helps heal wounds, helps us grow. It's important for taste, smell, and good vision. And it is one of the building blocks needed for our cells to make proteins and molecules.
Listen, man. Man, yourself around there clearing up the whole block, man. Of sinus problems, man. With the zinc, man. We got the pure zinc, man. Let's go.
They were covering why women specifically need more zinc. A lot of the content out there talks about why men need zinc, but women need it just as much, if not possibly even more. It's very, very important. So today what we're going to cover is how zinc can affect the thyroid and ultimately affect your metabolism. Then we're going to jump in and we're going to start talking about how zinc plays a big role in terms of insulin, which has a tremendous part in PCOS, whether you have PCOS or not. Then we're going to jump in and talk a little bit about pregnancy. Then we're going to talk about menstruation and cramping and how zinc plays a critical role there. Then, of course, we'll jump in and talk a little bit, some bonus material surrounding the skin. And I'm also going to make sure that I pepper in specific kind of zinc-rich food.
All right, we ain't going to get all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to hold y'all too much longer, man. But this nigga a little weird. They watch by the ass, man.
That you can be eating. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave out the tangible stuff and the practical stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into it. But please do hit that red subscribe button and then hit that little bell icon. So first thing we have to talk about, the thyroid. So important. Okay, the thyroid plays such a role in our overall metabolism, right? But all we ever think about is what is called our T4 and T3 levels. When we go to the doctor, they just check those levels. Well, T4 and T3 is the amount of thyroid that's actually circulating. But what we forget is that that thyroid has to bind to something. It has to bind to a receptor, and that receptor requires zinc. Okay, there are zinc ions on that protein receptor, and if we're deficient in zinc, that receptor doesn't work. Well, what does that mean? That means that the thyroid that is circulating can't bind to the receptor, and therefore the receptor can't send a signal to the brain. What that means to you, especially as a female, is that the brain isn't able to determine how much thyroid is actually in the bloodstream. So if you're low on thyroid, it doesn't know to upregulate. And if you're high on thyroid, it doesn't know to downregulate because the receptor isn't communicating. Zinc is so important for our metabolism. And here's what's interesting, is zinc is required for almost all carbohydrate metabolism. So if your body isn't registering that you have enough thyroid, and then you eat a bunch of carbohydrates, well then, in theory, your brain wouldn't be able to upregulate the thyroid to process all of the carbohydrates. That could pose a very, very big problem for your metabolism. Additionally, the thyroid plays such a critical role in mobilizing fats. So if you're trying to get fatty acids into the bloodstream to burn some fat, well, you want to make sure that thyroid's jacking up a little bit. Okay, now.
All right, and this is what we do when we're detoxing with the sodium thiosulfate, right? The #1 defense against nano, right? You want to replenish those fatty cells, right? And once the thyroid get good support, you know, that's why I stress the potassium iodine, right? You know, you're gonna enrich your glutathiones, right? And your glutathiones, which most doctors won't tell you, is getting depleted because of the amount of radiation, right, that we're around. The atmosphere, the oxygen, right? And so all this plays, man. I just want to show you, you know, the importance of zinc and copper together, right? We're going to get a little bit more. Let's go.
Now let's move into number 2, which is going to be surrounding the world of insulin and PCOS. So this is important even if you don't have PCOS. However, it has been seen that PCOS is directly tied with insulin. High levels of insulin and insulin resistance are related to, well, PCOS. So what it's been shown is that zinc plays a big role in lowering insulin levels. You see, zinc can mimic insulin. So when zinc binds to an insulin receptor, in essence, the body thinks that it is insulin. So therefore, the body doesn't produce as much insulin, which means that you're less likely to become insulin resistant. So here's an interesting study, and I'm just going to abbreviate it to make it very simple. This study...
Word up, man. Y'all dig on it, man. That's for the people that might be diabetic or whatever. I don't deal with insulin or nothing like that.
Next piece, which is pregnancy. Okay, whether you are looking to get pregnant or you are pregnant or not is still very important information to know. Zinc deficiencies have been directly correlated with low birth weights and even preterm labor.
Wow.
Okay, it has to do with kind of that placental absorption of zinc that is clearly required for immune system development and overall just development of a fetus. There was a study that was published in JAMA that found that just supplementing 25 milligrams per day of zinc led to a 126 gram birth weight increase, as well as an increase in almost a half a centimeter of head circumference. That's huge just by supplementing zinc compared to a placebo.
Hey, man, look here. Hey, look, man. 9 Spiral, man. We just connecting the dots, man. That's all we doing. We just connecting the dots, man. Let's go.
In this video, I will be exploring magnetic braking and levitation utilizing the inductance of large copper plates. Copper is not magnetic, so they don't exactly attract each other, but at the same time, this magnet doesn't seem to want to slip off very quickly. It drags across the plate slowly, like it's moving through a thick fluid. It's even more interesting if I drop the magnet on the plate. It slows down mid-air and gently floats to the surface. So if the copper is not magnetic, something else must be causing this. And many of you probably already know the answer has to do with electricity. When a magnetic field moves through copper and many other metals, it causes electrons to reorganize themselves and flow in a circular pattern perpendicular to the oncoming magnetic field. Of course,
reorganize themselves. That's all I wanted to get at, y'all. Copper. The copper color naga now. Copper color races found here in the Americas by the Europeans. Right? They called you copper color naga for a reason, because it is a property reorganizer. It realigns electrons and protons and shit. This is major. This is a game changer. We got the mem sauce, y'all. We got the mem sauce. right? We got the copper and we got the zinc, y'all. We popping off. Go on, get right now.
Hey, yourself, man. Let me talk my shit on this one, man. They think this is game, man.
Yourself, let's go.
Miss me with it when the going gets tough. Naga don't move, I stand still. Yea, though I walk through the valley with grace, my enemies fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
Persecute me, not get down and lay down. I fear none but the Most High.
Yeah.
Death shadow don't move me, comfort this mind. Say, demon, who you fooling?
Yeah.
Step back and give me 6 feet shit. Social distance when you come around me.
Yeah.
Don't make me rebuke you and send you back to when you came. I'm a priest king.
Come.
From the order of Melchizedek, I demand respect to me. You're nothing. Every move you make, checkmate, not giving my crown. I'm calling your bluffing, yeah.
Let's go.
From the belly of the beast, we break on through. Real talk can't hold my pressure.
Yeah.
All remnant returning, cup barrel with truth. Our ancient love song calling.
Come.
Gon' dial me up at 432. Direct connection with the
Creator.
No call, no waiting.
Roll of thunder gon' hear my cry.
By the way, that a knock
Vibrating.
show enough in sync with above the barrier. There's a God beneath the firmament. My dragon waiting. Hold tight, non-spiral. Can't wait to ride out on high techs. I've been patient. Yourself, let's go.